In this WWE news, rumors, gossip, and speculation, just days before SummerSlam, we're talking about fines, we're talking about firings, we're talking about controversies, we're talking about backlash, and that is just the start. That is just the beginning. And for more videos like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hype up the video, and donate below with a super thanks donation. Ladies and gentlemen, right at the top of the video, we're going to bring you to this. What did you think about WWE NXT last night? It was a fire show. Hell, some said NXT last night, and if you didn't watch it, you might want to go view it for many reasons. Ladies and gentlemen, according to those in the know last night, according to the fans and the people that watched, they said that NXT actually was better and that it beat Monday Night Raw as it concerns matches, as it concerns entertainment, as it concerns keeping you hooked in. And when NXT, the minor leagues, is better than Raw and SmackDown, we have a problem. We have a very big issue as it concerns that. So I want your rating, your review. What was the highlights of WWE NXT last night? Also, Liv Morgan addresses backlash. Backlash? I'm not good enough to call backlash. Remember that? Joey Styles. Remember his pipe bomb promo. Oh boy. Remember that back in, what was it, 2005, 2006, something like that? But ladies and gentlemen, Liv Morgan addresses backlash over not defending the WWE Women's title. Yeah, she should have been stripped. She should have had to vacate the championship because she hasn't defended it. What is up with not defending the title, not putting it on the line? Why even be a champion if you're not going to defend it, if you're not going to put it up on the line, if you're not going to put it up for grabs? Hell, at this point, what was that title? The 205 Live title, whatever it was called, the Cruiserweight title at the time. The Speed title, the WWE Speed title, has more legitimacy and credibility than the WWE Women's World title at this stage because of what is going on. Liv Morgan finally heard all the complaints about her 100-day. Now, that's a little bit much. Remember when if it was 30 days? Remember if it was 30 days and if you didn't defend the title, if you didn't put a title on the line, you would have to be, you'd have to forfeit the title. You'd have to give it up. And that was a 30-day rule. They should bring that back. But again, Liv Morgan has addressed complaints about her 100-day Women's World Championship reign. She just didn't care. After fans spent days blasting her for reaching the milestone without a single title defense, Morgan finally broke her silence and somehow managed to make the backlash even worse. My 100th day as champion, 0 days defending because I'm that iconic. You don't need to defend SHIT. The response comes just days after Morgan celebrated hitting a 100-day mark by declaring herself the greatest Women's World Champion of all time. That tweet quickly turned into a disaster with the replies piling up almost immediately with the fans pointing out the same thing over and over. She's gone for her entire reign without defending the championship. Morgan clearly saw all of it. She just chose to throw it right back in everybody's face. Instead of pretending the backlash didn't exist, she embraced the very thing fans were mocking her for, and it turned into a flex. Instead, insisting that she was so iconic that defending the championship wasn't even necessary. The attitude is about to be tested for the first time because after 100 days without putting the Women's World title on the line, Morgan is finally set to defend the title against Io Sky at SummerSlam. And if she wins, she'll have another reason to gloat. But if she loses, fans won't remember the celebration nearly as much as they'll remember the number that followed her throughout the entire reign. Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions. Now, we got the real reason behind this, though. The real reason as to why Liv Morgan has not defended that title, because she is protected. Goes without saying, guys, she obviously is being protected. That is what is going on there. Also, ladies and gentlemen, what did you think about, and this was iconic, this was pretty epic, this was pretty major, where has this Grayson Waller been? Well, I think it's not Grayson Waller's problem because people are saying, well, where's this character been? Where's this version of Grayson Waller been? He cut a great promo. It was strong. It was intense. It was volatile. It was vital. It was impactful. I mean, it was Grayson Waller, man, I'll tell you. I don't know, I might have to shave that mustache, but Grayson Waller hijacks WWE NXT episode with an insane pipe bomb promo. He went off the script. He went off the rails. He went out of territory, so to speak. And was this promo supposed to happen? Was this promo unscripted? Was it uncensored? Was this part of the show? Again, it says he hijacks. That's the headline. That's the title online from the dirt sheets, the websites, and the news, that he hijacked the promo, ladies and gentlemen. And now, if this is an angle or a storyline, he could be fired, which is going to lead to even more invasions, where he's going to invade NXT live events, where he's going to invade NXT on Tuesday nights. He's going to be forbidden, guys. He could be banned. Grayson Waller could be banned from WWE. Yes, you heard that right. Banned after that promo, that fiery promo that he cut. And there was a lot of truths to it. There was a lot of legitimacy. There was a lot of credibility to what Grayson Waller was saying last night. And again, I don't blame it. Grayson Waller went out there and he told all the truths. He said what he had to say. He put it all out there for the world to hear. And again, for those of you that don't watch, for those of you that don't see NXT, you might want to tune in. You might want to see the replay. You might want to catch the highlights, because I'll tell you what, this is one of those memorable NXTs that we'll be talking about. It almost felt like NXT from 2016, 17, 18, 19. It almost felt like that. It almost felt like a throwback episode of NXT last night. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, we're talking about firings and fines. Well, guys, switching gears a little bit here, a little quickly. AEW allegedly fined Daniel Garcia after phone smacking incident. Well, I don't think anything happened to CM Punk when he smacked the phone. Allegedly, I mean, again, going by what we heard, what we saw, or CM Punk's confrontation during this year's WrestleMania weekend, where a fan was videotaping or recording. Videotaping, I'm back in the VHS era here. That goes to show you my age, guys. But the VHS era, but no. Recording with your cell phone, your device, your iPhone, your iPad, whatever it may be. And CM Punk had a confrontation. And I don't think anything was done at that time. I don't know if there was any fallout to the best in the world, CM Punk, at that stage. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, breaking news on Chad Gable. Is he willing and able to win the Intercontinental title at SummerSlam? Will it be a breakout moment? Will it be a moment that we will remember for a very, very long time? Will this be the coming out party for Chad Gable at SummerSlam? Do you want to see Chad Gable win the title? Do you think Penta deserves to go on a longer reign as the IC champion? Chad Gable admits frustration over never winning the WWE IC title during his Gunther feud, and that he should have won titles a lot sooner than this. But as they say, better late than never. Cruz Montana tells Grayson Waller to come at me different after TNA cheap shot. Also, Chad Gable reveals who he blames for his Shorty G gimmick. Yeah, guys, I want your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, because it's not just about the new, the today, the now, the news, the rumors, the gossip that are happening right at this moment. It's also about what happened down the line. It's also what happened in the future. It's also what happens in the history. What happened yesterday. What happened last week. What happened a few years ago, because we are also about history on this channel. We're also about WWE history as we go down memory lane as well. What did you think about that Shorty G gimmick? And I'll be honest, at that time, I'm surprised he survived all the releases, all the pink slips. I am surprised he was able to stay on the main roster. Also, with footage showing Rusev no-selling and storming out after his loss to Javon Evans on Raw, where again, was this another off-script moment? There's been a lot of rumors and gossip and speculation about him not being happy, about him wanting to leave, him wanting to be released from the WWE. We brought that video up yesterday. Again, Bayley, is she going to be released next? Is she going to be axed? Is she going to be exiting the WWE? Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions. Also, a new policy, guys. WWE's policy, and I don't know where this is going, I don't know where this is headed, but WWE's policy appears to let fame outweigh controversy after Ryan Garcia's Raw appearance. WWE's latest celebrity crossover is putting an ugly spotlight on what appears to be a very simple policy. If someone is famous enough, their baggage may not matter. Because it is being said and it is being argued that Ryan Garcia's name value and ability to generate mainstream attention outweighed the boxer's history of racist comments when WWE decided to put him in a major Raw angle. He then described what he sees as WWE's line in the sand: stay famous, stay useful, and there may still be a place waiting for you on television. And that entire Raw bit was just awful. It was horrible. It was horrid. It was boring. It was repetitive. Also, Cody Rhodes, the challenger for the undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes, calls out wrestling media for clickbaiting his podcast. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Also, Cruz Montana explains why he left TNA for WWE NXT. He didn't leave TNA because he was unhappy. He left because he got too comfortable. And people are already talking about him being on the main roster. Him going to the Raw and SmackDown. But he said first, he is going to ride the wave of NXT to see where it goes. Also, Moose fires back after Grayson Waller compares TNA to a YMCA. Hey. Grayson Waller then invaded a tense showdown between Cruz Montana and Tony D'Angelo. CM Punk, the best in the world, guys. CM Punk, who knows a thing or two about cutting a promo, a pipe bomb, setting the world on fire, knowing what it's like to be on that mic. Hey, I know a thing or two about promos and mics and rants as well, right here on YouTube.com. For those of you that have watched me for well over a decade, you know my rants, my promos, you know my intensity, you know my integrity, you know my intelligence. CM Punk reacts to Grayson Waller's explosive NXT pipe bomb promo. As Grayson Waller came back to burn the place down. And again, if Grayson Waller is indeed fired over this, if Grayson Waller is released over this, boy, I'll tell you what, that'd be a hell of a thing. Ari Emanuel blasts lawsuit blocking $110.9 billion Paramount Warner Bros. Discovery deal. Again, he blasts the lawsuit. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers got breaking news on SmackDown. And this is, I guess, good news for the USA Network because WWE SmackDown viewership sees just a slight increase on the July 24th episode, as AEW Collision viewership sees a slight increase on the July 25th episode. Chris Jericho fires back at retirement calls and refuses to set an end date. Vince Russo says wrestlers care more about star ratings than making money. And Logan Paul says that WWE World Championship win, a world title win, is inevitable. TNA Impact, if you can believe this, guys, who'd ever thought you'd see this day? TNA beats WWE's SummerSlam Countdown in head-to-head ratings. TNA just handed WWE an embarrassing ratings loss, and that just goes to show you what SummerSlam feels like and is like, and what the vibe and aura of SummerSlam is this year, guys. It's just not the same as it was previous years. Again, it's essentially just a 3-match show. I remember when almost every SummerSlam match and every SummerSlam card mattered, and when there was importance behind it, when there was integrity, when there was intrigue behind it. But we're just not finding that at this stage of the game now, are we? Okay? It doesn't seem like we are finding that right now. What we want to find right now is your thoughts, your comments, your opinions. What did you think about NXT? What did you think about Raw? What do you think about the Grayson Waller promo? Were you shocked by it? Was it the right time, the right place, the right setting? Did he go off script? Again, should he be released or fired? What should happen with that? Also, what do you guys think about the dark side of the ring at this point thus far? I know there's new episodes out. There's new shows out about it. What are your feelings and your thoughts towards dark side of the ring? I want your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. And guys, between NXT and Raw, the variables, what was the better show? What was the strongest show? What stood out to you? What struck you? Again, this show runs off of your comments, your likes, hyping the video, donating below, becoming a channel member if you want me to stay on YouTube, because without you, there is no Sean's View. And that's just, viewers, that is just the way that it is. Plenty more to come from the Brash One. Again, we're gonna be here all week, all SummerSlam week, going into SummerSlam on the day of SummerSlam with the hottest news, rumors, gossip, and speculation. Because SeanzViewEnt does it for each and every one of you. Like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell today. Because why? If it's not brash, well then it's absolute trash. Later.